Buckle up, court watchers. This hearing kicks off in total chaos and only gets crazier from there. The judge is clearly fed up. The pleadings are a mess, and people are switching up the case name like it's a new outfit. It's a full-on legal roller coaster.
J Group Holdings versus Lazar Stanfield.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Plaintiff Anthony Momena appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Azar Stafford.
Your interpretation. In this case.
Your Honor, I'm not quite sure. Last time we appeared in the court had advised the parties to reserve all the documents that had been served because of some last pleadings the defendant filed. I haven't received any additional pleadings from them. We did file an answer to those pleadings. I do notice that I pulled the docket today, and there is, as of today, some reference to a dismissal with prejudice. And I'm not quite sure what that would mean in this instance.
The problem is, and I don't. Okay. You've not received any documents that you attempted.
Nothing since the original delivery that I placed on the record.
At the last hearing, I struck all of the documents that had been filed by the defendant in this case because she had changed the caption. They were to be refiled and served.
Okay, let's break this down legally. The judge had already thrown out the previous pleadings because the defendant got the case caption wrong. That's the official name of the case. And yes, it matters. It's like sending a letter to the wrong address and being shocked it didn't get there. But now, they've gone and made the same exact mistake again. So at this point, you have to wonder what's really going on. Is it just
they were not?
Was that done, ma'am?
Yes,
Was that done?
Your Honor, first of all, we have not been.
Ma'am, I asked a yes or no question.
Yes, Your Honor, we served the plaintiff with the joinder we filed and in federal court. We did. The plaintiff did not send us any pleadings. I have not received any complaint. I have not received, he has not followed the rule 5.108 of 7-day notice that he has to give me. He is in violation of professional responsibility, rule 7 and 8. We have not received any complaint, or he cannot produce proof of service to us, Your Honor. But we can provide proof of service that he was served by sheriff for federal claim.
Let's try this again. The last time that you were here, I told you that you had improperly changed the caption on the pleadings. I struck those pleadings, told you that you needed to refile them with the correct caption, and serve them on opposing counsel.
Yes,
My sole question to you is,
okay.
Did you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did we get a new filing? Yeah, because if she filed them and served them, they would be in my court file. And it's odd. I don't see new filings in my court file.
The judge asked a simple yes or no question, and instead of just answering, the defendant went off on a full-blown speech. That's one of the fastest ways to get on a judge's bad side. Now, things are getting even more serious. We're hearing mentions of Rule 7 and Rule 8 violations, which relate to proper court procedures and professional conduct. So this isn't just about a minor paperwork mistake anymore. This is stepping into
And counsel's indicating he didn't get it. But she's telling me she didn't.
So according to JIS, today an answer and motion to dismiss was filed.
That was,
Not by me, Your Honor.
yes. Okay, I see that. But that was not the original.
I have not seen it.
Service on here. I still have Carl Staffield on this case, and I don't know why.
Because he's a resident too.
Then he needs to properly join the case. I don't. You did it again. The caption you just changed.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We did the same thing we did the last time.
May I show this to you?
No,
This,
you did the same thing.
no. This notice to appear is only addressed by the plaintiff for my daughter only, who is out of town, and we received it in the mail yesterday. And it doesn't even have my name on it.
Who filed this dismissal?
We did. I did.
You're not the plaintiff.
I'm a counter plaintiff.
Then how do you give me a notice of dismissal regarding this case
That was
and not sign it?
I'm sorry.
You filed a dismissal of the case under the section notice of dismissal by plaintiff. You are not the plaintiff.
I am a counter plaintiff, Your Honor.
I am not accepting any of these pleadings until you get the caption right. I'm not accepting these sort of random documents coming in as a dismissal, a notice of dismissal. The only thing that you would be entitled to dismiss would be to the extent you believe you have a counterclaim. That's the only thing you're going to dismiss. You can't dismiss his claim.
Yes, Your Honor. May I say one more thing, please?
Go on.
My grandmama died, and we are flying out of US next week to attend the funeral. If you want to,
I'm not going to allow you to continue to delay these matters through some improper procedures that you're employing. I'm not going to let that happen. My condolences on your loss, but I am not going to just continue to lay this matter out to have you continue to do the same thing.
What am I doing wrong, Your Honor?
I have already told you what you're doing wrong. If you don't think you're doing anything wrong, then maybe you need to get an attorney
Okay.
that's licensed to practice
Okay.
to do this.
Okay. Could we have next hearing after April 1st, please?
I'm not going out that far.
Your Honor, this is the third appearance in this case.
Oh, I know.
You gave her 2 weeks after the last.
This is where things take an emotional turn. The defendant brings up her grandmother's passing as a reason for delays in her case. The judge responds with sympathy. He clearly understands that grief is real, but at the same time, he doesn't let it excuse the missteps. He reminds her that while personal loss is painful, it doesn't give anyone a free
to get everything right.
And you admonished her to get an attorney at that point.
I did.
Yes.
Striking those pleadings. Don't file anything else that's improper and not properly filed with this court. I'm just going to be that direct.
Okay.
Matter will adjourn to March 21st, 2020.
If I may, Your Honor, briefly, just briefly, this is not a rent case, Your Honor. This is
I know.
termination of tenancy. The lease has been up for 60 days. She's staying in there. There was an escrow order that was filed. To our knowledge, she hasn't paid the rent. To our knowledge, she didn't pay the jury fee. To our knowledge, all these things have happened, and my client is being prejudiced by the moment here. There's damage occurring to the premises. There was construction and landscaping that was violative of the city ordinances and the HOA standards. We have a witness here today to testify that the property is being damaged as we speak, and we need.
What way?
There's significant runoff and sediment runoff. The backfill was backfilled 4 feet to 5 feet to more over the base of the trees in the backyard, and that's been that way for some time. The fact of the matter is she's had more than, I'm defer to the court, of course, but she's had more than an opportunity. She's filed this federal suit. She's doing everything possible to delay our occupancy, and I just don't think it's equitable or right. It's up, of course, your decision, Judge.
Oh, I know.
She knows well what she's doing to buy time here. And she served all these pleadings. She claims she doesn't have an attorney. I read the pleadings. They were drafted by somebody other than her, it appears. She hasn't followed one rule. She hasn't served me once correctly. The person that's named in incorrect caption isn't even a tenant on the lease. I don't know where they came from here, but they're non-party. My clients had to pay me to come in here and deal with all this sort of thing. And they've joined us in a federal case that names almost verbatim the same cause of action that's named in this very counterclaim that the court struck and apparently dismissed with prejudice. All I would ask the court is that I possibly could get if she wants to appeal this, and I would pretty much bet she's going to when the time comes. Let's get that process started, if at all the court would go along with us. Let's get a judgment for possession entered. We can give them a little extra time if they want to put in the appeal period and get us our judgment. And then she can do what she's going to do anyway when she gets her day in court, according to her. She's been here 3 times. I've traveled from Oakland County.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. 3 different times to be here, Judge. None of what she files makes any sense. And it's just not right on my client's behalf to let my client continue to suffer while they occupy the premises without any consideration. She's going to appeal this if we win, and we probably will. The point being, let her appeal. Let's get that process started if that's what she's going to do. Thank you, Judge, for listening. Yes.
Okay, good.
I want to answer.
Go ahead.
Your client, sir.
No, you will address me.
Okay, I apologize. His client, Your Honor, is a loan shark who bought our property in a redemption period and signed an agreement to let us buy this house back from him. We are ready to go ahead buy this house back, but while his client was owning this place in
This plaintiff's attorney isn't holding back. He's laying it all out. He's calling out illegal landscaping, missed payments, botched court service, and even a second federal case that looks like a copy-paste of this one. But the biggest bomb? He's saying the defendant didn't even write her own legal filings. If that's true, it could mean someone is practicing law without a license, which is a huge deal. This
Last 9 months, the Barton Village put a lien on the property. Now we cannot get a mortgage because they have a lien on the property. And what by him in this court trying to put me down because I'm representing myself is also another violation of
No, you need to talk to me.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Your Honor, we have served everything. This gentleman cannot provide one proof of service to this court. He gives us papers last minute. We received this in the mail yesterday. He did not serve us properly.
That was the escrow order only.
Okay. I'm sorry. Please don't interrupt me. Thank you very much. I didn't interrupt you when you speak. Extend me the same courtesy. Okay? This loan shark and his attorney are trying to...
Are you almost done?
Yes, to take us out of our home. And they put a lien on that house. So now we can't even get a loan to purchase the mortgage to purchase the property.